Hi, beautiful besties. My name is Tricia Heals. I'm your psychic bestie. I am so happy that you found this beautiful community, and thank you for tuning in. You're listening to your psychic bestie hotline. Ooh, okay, so right away I have my cards, and the two cards that I opened up to say new life and peace. And I wish that you could see these cards right now because the energy is just so beautiful. I'm hearing freeing. We are about to break free. And if you have still been going through struggles, going through any dark times or any experiences that are really testing you, you are not alone. My collective energy with my readings and on my TikTok live. Really, when I tune into the whole collective, we're all still going through it, even though you might think that some people are achieving all their goals and on social media they are living their best life. But what I'm hearing is some of them are still hanging on by a thread, and you might not see that. You might not see that on social media. So, this is your validation and just confirmation that everything you see isn't always what's going on in other people's lives. But all we can focus on is our life and how we make choices every day to become the best version of yourself. And right away, I'm seeing that we will really find the highest version of ourselves in 2026 and all of the things that have led us up to this time. Whenever you're listening to this, you have gone through so many life experiences that have been for the better or the worst, but it all had to leave you, not leave you. I don't know why that it came out leave. Maybe people left you or you had to leave situations. You had to maybe, I'm even hearing transferring jobs or a different position. That's important to leave and walk away to walk to something greater. So that was a message that just like slipped out of my mouth from our angel team. But again, they're bringing my attention to the new life. We are just waking up to the best version of ourselves. And think about how lucky we are. They're even saying that we could be lucky in so many different aspects of our life or different avenues. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm really lucky because I have this thing in my life, they want you to start branching off and seeing how there's so many other things that make you happy, so many other things that make you feel grateful. And right now, they're just saying that this collective is kind of focusing on a few, but they really want you to start looking towards, yeah, and I am picking up on the collective's energy when I say that. And what I mean by that is the future and just feeling happy, and that might make you feel a little bit scared or anxious or any feeling that's unsettling. Because what they're saying is we only have right now. And when someone talks about the future, it might make you feel very uncertain and feeling like you want to sit down and breathe, but they're saying maybe you just feel like you don't have the chair to sit down. And honestly, I keep picking up from the collective like new energy, new beginnings, new things in your house, like painting. So it all is very connected. But what they're saying is yes, you might feel uncertain going to the future, taking steps for the highest version of yourself. But we all have free will. So you can either take the hike, that it will be hard, we will have to sweat, if you will. Or you could just stay at the bottom of the mountain and never see the beautiful view. You can always stay at a low point, but then you wouldn't see the sun. You wouldn't get to the top of the mountain and be able to look out and see how beautiful your life can actually become and how free you can feel when you're at the top and you feel the air on you. So we all have free will, and I hope that all of you come along for the hike, or if you, ooh, when I said that, the Not For You card came out, and it's actually 6. I never realized that that card has my lucky number, my birthday on it. And I said, you can come along for the ride. But the message is sometimes people aren't meant for us. They aren't meant to be on our ride up the mountain to the highest version of ourselves. So let me start tuning into that. That message is really powerful. They're showing me a window, and they're even bringing my attention to when I studied abroad in Italy. I lived in Florence, and I studied the art of yoga and meditation along with a few other classes, but that was my main focus at that college. And it's full circle because in 2 weeks I'll be a certified yoga instructor. What they're showing me is when I was in Italy, I remember going on one of our day field trips and we went to this Italian yoga studio. And it was higher up on a building, so I remember walking up the stairs because they didn't have elevators, which is a lot different than America. But we walked up to this beautiful yoga center, and the teacher opened up the windows, and as we were in our yoga class, we could hear the locals walking on the sidewalk outside of where we were practicing, and they were speaking Italian and laughing, and I could just hear the community underneath our yoga class that we couldn't see outside, but I could remember hearing how beautiful it was. What they're saying is that we have all these happy memories and things that have helped us along the way, but the message is sometimes things aren't for you, or sometimes things are for you. It's up to you to decide when you're traveling to the highest version of yourself, who are you bringing along for the ride? And they're even making me laugh because they're showing like opening the door and having to kick someone out, which I would never say that. This is all a channeled message. But they're saying like it's okay if you have to kick someone out of your car to get to the best version of yourself. So I'm just trying to honor all of the people listening to this that have someone, maybe it's a toxic friend or a coworker that every time you see them you just get a stomach ache or you feel their energy, they're energy vampires maybe. And they just want us to start mending and making relationships with people in our life that care about our journey, our spiritual mind body journey to get to the highest version of ourselves. Because we will get there. Everyone that clicked on this will get to the best version of themselves. And I'm even seeing 444. So if that's your lucky number, if you have been seeing all these signs, you are not crazy. The universe and our angels are so divine, and they're saying that the light will shine. And today one of my clients, it was such a beautiful session, but that was a powerful message for her that the light is so bright for her, and it's okay if it gets overwhelming that we have to close our eyes and be in the dark for a little bit just with ourselves. That's okay. That's why we have to take a deep breath. We need to breathe to survive. So again, just a lot of validation for this collective, everyone tuning into this episode, that something's going on in your life that is not bringing you peace. And I can feel our angels right now coming up towards me and they're like poking our nose. And to me, that's just a way to relax our face. Maybe right now when you're driving, you're scrunching your face, your forehead, and your nose, squinting. They really want us to just relax. And I'm even seeing, it's funny because they were showing me a spray bottle for like a cat, which I don't have that, but I'm seeing that right now. So picture a spray bottle with water. I don't, this is a weird way that they're saying this, but they want us to have the opposite reaction that we have to relax our face. I'm not sure why they said that. When someone puts sunscreen on my back and it's the spray one, I could picture that it's cold and you tense up, but they want us to relax and let our shoulders go down. So I hope you're laughing that if that was you, you're the person driving, your hands are on the wheel, your shoulders are up by your ears. I hope I just called you out. It's not me, it's your angels. And that actually leads me to something else. Thank you so much to everyone that reaches out. I swear it makes my day, and you guys are the sweetest. I see all of your comments and your likes, and honestly, I wish that there was a way I could see who is on this podcast episode right now. So, if you feel called to it, I would love for you to comment, even if you're on some type of listening platform like Spotify or Apple. I'm even on YouTube. Comment and let me know something exciting. Tell me what's going on that is exciting in your life because they really want me to bring you back to the now, bring you to the present. And they're even showing me February and March. And that is where, with the Chinese New Year, Year of the Horse is February. That's where we'll all start to feel a lot more settled. We'll feel the energy switch and shift. So, comment below. I would love for you to comment so I could just connect with you and see names and see who's listening to this. And just let me know anything that makes you smile, but also let me know what you're looking forward to in the future. Because, like they said in the beginning, when there's change, it's hard not knowing what will happen in the future. But they really want us to tune into our own energy, our own gifts, and just be able to heal. Because we all naturally can heal ourselves. And the collective energy right now, like even in the beginning, I was talking really, really fast. But they want us to be able to learn how to start healing ourselves and calming our own energy. Our peace is the most beautiful thing that we have, and our energy, our soul. So if you've just been questioning who you are, that's another common question that I've had these past few weeks with my sessions. So many clients have come to me. One client in particular, I know she listens to this, and I would never say a name, but what happened in the session was I said something from her angels, her spirit team, and she said, "That's what my therapist just told me." And that is such confirmation that she had to hear it not once, but twice. And honestly, I bet there are signs around her and everyone listening to this. And the signs, maybe you aren't seeing them, and maybe you don't feel connected to your angels yet, but just know that you're not alone. Your angels don't want you to feel like they left you here because they honestly are closer to you than when they were on Earth. And I know that might sound crazy, especially if you're not psychic yet, if you aren't tuned into your gifts and abilities, because we all have them. It's just about wanting to tune in and learn how to use them. But what I'm hearing is they're showing the orphan card, and maybe when they left, the grief was just so hard, and they're even showing like feeling like you can't breathe and feeling just like this heaviness on your chest and going through every day missing them. There's no doubt that it is so, so hard. It is such a dark period when you have to go through that. And it's a lifelong journey. The rest of your life, you'll be missing them. But again, they just want to say that they never left. They are truly with you all the time. And now I have the higher power card. You can't make this up. The cards are literally so divine, so perfect. The higher power, where I plan out each episode, I wrote how to communicate with your angels. So I feel like this is the perfect transition. Getting this higher power card, really being able to tune in and focus on our third eye, which this is very fun. My two besties and I, which they're my psychic besties, they're also psychic mediums and they are energy healers. But we had such a beautiful girls' day and had our aura readings done. On the report that we get from that machine, it said that the highest level that I had, the highest opening on my whole energy channel was my third eye. So I feel like it's actually very fitting that. And they're even saying our third eye is the key to the universe. They're also showing your heart. So, which it's probably my heart. My heart, the lowest chakra that I have right now on that report said my heart. So I definitely am with you guys. I'm healing my heart right now. I said in my episode about grief around the holidays, I think that's episode number 3, which honestly, if you are going through any grief right now, if it's your loved one's birthday, if you just miss them, that episode is also good for you right now because I even mentioned a very simple thing of wearing green for love. And I say that as I put my hands on my heart. So you can also join me and put both your hands on your heart and just feel how powerful you are. You can feel your heartbeat and feel the love that you have inside of you. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The aura readings were so, so, so beautiful. The best part about it was that my friends and I scheduled the readings, which before we even scheduled, we were talking about it for weeks. And especially with the holiday season, we were just really looking forward to all getting together, the three of us. And even when I say three people is such a powerful symbol because when you stand, you're in a triangle. And I can remember going back to Bali, they're showing me, I was talking to the person who ran the trip and then one of her very close friends. And I remember saying, we are so powerful standing in this triangle. It's just an equal balance and a flow. So anyway, I felt like saying that because I'm finding that in different friendships, especially with my friends that live locally. I have just usually it's groups of three. So if that is also your experience, that is just validation for you that that is so powerful. But anyway, my friends and I were looking forward to this, and especially, like I said earlier, the end of a 9 year, 2025. If you add up the numbers, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. And now we're headed into new beginnings, a 1 year. And I say that it says 111 on my screen. New beginnings. I'm sure while you're driving around, where if you look at the time, you'll start seeing 1-1 or 111. It is all over because that is the collective energy right now. Fresh, new beginnings, but also making space for things that you want. And one lesson I really learned while being in my full moon circles was that the more that you release, like for example, with my friends, I met all of these friends this year after I started setting my intentions during the full moon circle. I would say, I release what doesn't serve me, I release relationships that aren't serving me, etc. And I noticed that when I was releasing what wasn't serving me, then the word that comes to mind is abundance. I just had so many positive friendships and beautiful things in my life blossom because I was telling the universe to take and let go of what doesn't serve me. And without knowing it, I was getting so much in return just by putting that positive energy out into the universe. So that is for the full moon when you set your intentions of what you want to let go. With the new moon, definitely manifest and use the moon to your advantage. I'm even picturing when you park your car outside, if it is late at night, even if it's early, the sun is setting so early, look up at the moon. If you're driving, try and find something magical in the sky. And maybe in this, I was about to say in this lifetime on accident. I meant to say in the car, but they wanted me to say in this lifetime. Maybe you're so distracted and focused more on physical things in your car or right in front of you, but they really want you to, now they're showing binoculars, which I have not used in so long, but what they're saying is start looking far, like look into the distance, see the magic that's happening around you because there will be magical experiences that are so close to you, but you're just driving past them. You're not even knowing what is so close to you. And they're even showing me deer. I'm wondering if deer is your sign, and maybe you keep seeing it on, or you're supposed to see it on your drive, your commute every day, or when you're going around town. Your sign is right in front of you that you've been asking the universe, and you're distracted. You're not seeing it. So, this is your message to start looking past what's in front of you. Look out and broaden your spectrum, is what they're saying. So that way you can see more beauty. And honestly, this feels very calm. They want the signs to be a calm, happy experience. Like if you tell the universe or tell your angels, I'm even picking up on if you have a dad or a mom or someone close to you that passed away, and you say, I want to see a beautiful, make it crazy, say a pink and orange butterfly. I bet someone will walk past you with some type of pink and orange butterfly. Like it will totally be not in the norm of what you see, like a monarch or seeing a blue butterfly, a white butterfly. Tell the universe and tell your angels something crazy so that way it's even more validating when you do see it because they will show you the signs 100%. I promise you, they will show you. It is all about sitting back and telling them that you're ready to receive the signs. And honestly, you can always say, universe, show me how good it gets. Or just like with the full moon circle, if you didn't have a specific thing that you wanted to let go, what the person running the circle said is say that you are letting go of what does not serve you. And that is a perfect way to let go of things that you don't even know are lingering. You don't know, maybe there's trauma stored. Usually for women, it's stored in our hips. So even shaking out your hips, shaking out your shoulders, and moving your body, that is a huge part of the healing process, is just having fun and laughing and making it playful. When I say meditation, I bet some people get very anxious and they think, how could I sit or close my eyes? That makes you feel vulnerable with your eyes closed. You can't see what's going on around you. So make this healing process fit your journey, what you're comfortable with. Yeah, they honestly don't want me to say so much about it because they want you to just be creative. And your healing journey can look so different from the person next to you. And that's the fun part of it. Our soul has to go through all of these life lessons and all of these challenges. And my own belief is that if we don't go through the lessons and learn it now in this lifetime, it will just repeat in the next lifetime. So I remember telling one of my clients recently this. It was a channeled message, but they were saying that we all have free will. So say you know that this cycle is repeating, whatever that means for you. You keep going through the same struggle. Maybe that's with a friendship, a relationship, a job situation, maybe the bills, no matter what it is. Unless you fix it, you will keep having that same situation happen to you. So that is my motivation when things come my way that I do not want to have to go through, when it is hard and when you feel like your world is crumbling down. Like I'm talking when you go through something life-changing. I can relate, and the lesson is you can't keep going back to the thing that's making you sad or making your soul not feel right. What I'm hearing is not feel easy. What's making you feel unsettled, you have to learn the life lesson because we have free will. You can always go back to the thing upsetting you or have the same situation. Maybe it's a dynamic in your family where someone really hits a nerve. It could be a friendship, family member, anyone. If you keep letting them upset you, this will just keep happening. So, my advice and what I'm hearing is to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries, and this is both with people on earth and also your angels. When okay, sorry, there's so much coming through right now, but with the angels, because they're saying, don't forget about us. Set boundaries with. My advice is that when you start saying, show me all these signs, let me see this, this, and this, they will keep communicating with you. So, not to scare you, but like once you open up to your psychic gifts and abilities, things might start happening to you. So my biggest advice is to set boundaries with the spirit world. I always picture like you're turning on the radio, which now in my car I just press play and everything is a screen. There's no like dial. But the best way to describe it is I actually will turn a dial in the air, and when I go to the right, that to me is to turn it on, and when I'm turning off my abilities, turn it to the left. And even you can do that as a visual in your third eye. So if you are trying to go to bed and maybe you keep having these dreams and you feel exhausted, like you're giving sessions in your sleep, or you just feel really tired when you wake up, my advice is to actually turn off your abilities. Or you can be very specific. I always put a beautiful bubble around me, and you can pick any color. Set your intentions, invite an angel to step forward. For me, it's always my dad, which I know he's here right now, and these messages are probably all coming right from him. So, oh, I feel like he's my co-host. I feel like I should start writing that in the description because he's truly helping me throughout my whole life journey and protecting my whole family. So, anyway, my co-host is my dad. And all the other angels. All of your angels step forward. But back to what I was saying. Oh my gosh, now I'm completely thrown off. I'm like very giddy smiling because that was really sweet that he was saying that he's my co-host. Okay, let me get back to what I was saying. Let me pause and come right back. 1 second. Okay, right when I hit pause, this is like 2 seconds later, I'm right back. But my eyes went to a picture I have on my bookshelf next to my desk. And it is the picture of my dad holding me in the hospital when I was born. And the message coming through is that when you become a parent, which I don't have kids yet, but just from looking at this picture and hearing his message, the first time you become a parent, you don't know what to expect. If you take classes, if you read parenting books, like you have to learn and go through whatever that is. If it's not even having kids, it could be learning to ride a bike where you have to fall, you have to get hurt. And I know that's a common experience. Once you take the training wheels off, someone's running and they let go. That's the perfect example of this. If you are afraid to connect with your angels, that's so common because I have so many clients and they say, I don't really want to hear anything. It's scary because it's not the norm. And when little kids are starting to, well, they don't even start. I feel like little kids are just born with the gifts and abilities, but our society turns that away. They say, that's your fake friend. You don't see someone. But little kids are not filtering what spirit is saying. Like babies will laugh and their angel is in the room making them laugh. And that is fully my belief. But anyway, honestly, if you're listening to this podcast, I would think you also believe that. But what my dad was just saying about the hospital when I was born, or when any baby is born and you're a first time parent, it's a learning process. And he's comparing that to whatever you're going through now that is a step in the right direction. You might feel afraid. And when the baby is born, you have no other option than to keep that baby alive. I was about to say until they're 18, but it's a lifelong journey until forever. And it's the same thing with the step. You have to just take the step in the right direction. So, my advice, if you are trying to let go of something that is just hurting your soul, that doesn't sit right with you, or maybe it's a family dynamic and it's really hard for you right now because your whole life you've had the same dynamic, the same cycle. What they're saying is it's okay to protect your energy and it's okay to believe in a higher power. And the collective right now, what I'm hearing is maybe you didn't grow up talking about spirituality, and now that you're an adult, you're starting to get curious and maybe you read a book or you stumbled upon this podcast or you see TikTok videos. Whatever it is for you, the universe and your angels are giving you permission to learn and just be excited. This is a safe space. If you ever need advice or if you just want a channeled reading to see how it is and see what messages come up, I would love to work with you one on one. I have so many of my clients that listen to this, so thank you so much. And the text messages that you're sending me and the DMs, the comments on my social media literally mean the world to me. Thank you so, so, so much. Even talking about all of you in this community is just making me smile, and I can literally feel my heart right now getting stronger. So thank you so much because I am Tricia Heals, but that also means I'm not only helping my clients heal, but I'm always on this lifelong journey of healing myself, my soul, and it's just so special that we come from these past lives. We carry so many things with us, and we're learning every single day. They're even showing me bowling right now and saying that when pins get knocked down, by the time you walk back and you get your ball and you're waiting for the gate thing to close and then go back up, the pins reset. So, that beautiful image they just showed me of bowling, when you get knocked down, the pins are knocked down. When you get knocked down, eventually you will get back in place and you will stand tall and you will get through it. And those pins are nonstop. They fall and then they get back up and they fall, get back up. And they do that. If you play multiple games, those are the same pins that keep getting knocked down. And now they're showing me when I was little, my iPod Touch. I had the Black Eyed Peas. I could picture the green face. I'm not sure what the song is. It's let me pause and Google what that song is because they want me to talk about it. Okay, I got it. That took a lot of Googling to figure it out. I wrote green cover. Anyway, I found it. It's the song that they want me to say is I Got a Feeling. And I even can hear it right now, and I hear like the ooh, ooh that tonight's gonna be a good night. But your angels, they're correcting that. They're saying it will be a great night, no matter what time of day you're listening to this. If it's the morning, afternoon, or night, it will be the best, greatest day ever. And oh my God, okay, now I know why they wanted me to say tonight's gonna be a good night because what I was talking about before is protecting yourself before going to sleep. So no matter what time that you are listening to this right now, if it's the morning or afternoon, this is a message for the later version of yourself before you go to bed. Ooh, they're even showing like maybe you're about to take a nap in the day, or maybe you work a night shift. So maybe you have to listen to this and apply it to the morning when you're sleeping. No matter what time you fall asleep or take a nap, they want me to go back to that meditation practice. Aw, they're bringing me back on track. Okay, so I said the bubble, and you invite your. Oh, my dad. I was about to say your dad. So I bet a lot of the collective has a dad or father figure in spirit. But, and they're laughing, the angel's saying, don't forget about the grandmas. So invite your angel, your special guardian angel who watches over you every day. Invite them into the space while you have your eyes closed and you have a beautiful bubble surrounding you, covering your head to your toe, your whole body. And now you can also put anything in the bubble, anything that makes you happy. So I'll leave that up to your imagination, but anything that you would like to offer your angels, roses, anything. Picture this in your bubble, and then ask your angel to step forward and picture them. Usually, I picture my dad's face standing right in front of me. And my advice is to somehow ask your angel to vacuum out or suck out of this bubble that's surrounding you anything that does not serve you, which I just saw on my screen 1717. So I wonder what that angel number means. Maybe 17 is important to you. What he's showing me right now is that exercise where you have them literally suck out, like take out or vacuum out anything in your bubble, in your energy field, your space that doesn't serve you. And then when you go to sleep, I swear you will be so, so, so protected. That is my advice for before you fall asleep. I'm also hearing, ooh, a big one is not to have a mirror in front of your bed. So if you have any mirror in front of your bed, I would get rid of it or move it to a different part where it's not facing your bed, just with feng shui. But also, that's a portal. And I have a really, really cool story. But when I went to Bali, I had this crazy experience. And the night that I had this experience, that day I learned what I just taught you. So, AGU, Anna Grace, hosted a retreat in Bali and she taught us that beautiful bubble meditation. And then that night I had to use it. Really crazy story that I'll have a whole episode on. But my body was frozen. I had sleep paralysis. I couldn't move. And that was probably the first time that happened to me. And I think as a Reiki master, and I was on my spiritual journey of becoming a psychic medium professionally, that I had to go through that to make sure I could practice that meditation. So, long story short, without all the details, I was channeling this spirit in my space in this hotel, which I had no one as a roommate. I was all alone. And the details are really creepy, sad. But the point of the story is I couldn't move my body, and the Reiki master in me would have taken the energy and moved it, or like literally used my Reiki energy to move the spirit away from me and make that boundary. But the life lesson for me was I couldn't do that. My body was frozen. So all of a sudden, as I was having this scary experience, I called my dad upon me and did that whole bubble, and I was freaking out. I was all alone in Bali in this hotel room having this crazy experience, and my dad obviously helped me. He's the best. But that's a great lesson that if you cannot use any other way to help protect you, like Reiki energy or your body, if you can't move, your mind is so powerful, and that meditation alone literally helped me in that situation. So I hope that you always remember that. You can even, I picture a dome over my house. So if I hear loud sounds outside, just if I ever feel uneasy. Also, there was a house fire around a house that was close to me, and what I did in the moment was put a dome over the house that I was in, and then I always spread out my Reiki energy to the other houses. But when I tell you I put a dome around the house that was next to the house fire, all the other houses had residue and had like the fire burning their houses except the house that I was in. So it is so, so, so powerful. And I always say do your own research, read all of the books, and always trust your own gut. Believe what you're experiencing. You can't try and convince everyone. And that's my advice. Just live your life for you and always be your authentic self. That is the best thing that we can do, is to just be honest with ourselves and the people around us, and never try to be someone that you're not, because we came here so special. No one else has gone through every life experience you have. No one else has gone through the different past lives that led you to where you are today with these people around us. We are so unique and so, so, so special. Again, just live the best life that you can. Try your best. We're all on this life journey, and chances are you'll have to come back again in a different body. So just love the body that you're in. Valentine's Day is coming up soon, next month, and I really think that we should all just channel loving our own energy, loving who we have become, even giving yourself a big hug right now. Wrap your arms around your body and feel the comfort of yourself. I said it in the first episode, and I'll say it here again. We hug or give energy to so many people, but it's time to start comforting ourselves, hugging ourselves. And even when I say that, I'm definitely feeling a lot of anxiety from the collective. So I wonder if, as I was just saying that, to love ourselves, if that feels really scary for the collective. If you are maybe like, how can I comfort myself or hug myself? That's so weird. But this is, again, you were meant to hear that because it's a learning journey. We are here just to keep learning and having fun. They're even showing that we're at the beginning of our book. Maybe someone listening to this could be 90 years old, but you have a beginning every single day. When you wake up, that is a new page, a fresh start. It doesn't matter how old you are, even a baby. They have their whole life ahead of them, but they have to learn so much. They literally have to learn how to adapt to be on this place that we call Earth. And it is incredible. Think about all the things that you have to learn your whole lifetime. Like, we're amazing. We're so freaking amazing. You are amazing, the person listening to this. I love you. I'm so happy that you're in this community. It is such a special place. And thank you for helping me heal. We're all just mirrors of each other. So if you feel like you took a lot away from this episode, just know I also did. And I can't wait for next week. I write that it comes out on Tuesday. Right now, I'm ending this episode before I start editing. It will probably be out Friday or Saturday, but I totally do the spirit led. So when I feel called, I come on the mic. And I definitely will aim for the middle of the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday. But just know that I do this with all the love and I set the purest intentions that the right people are meant to hear this. I was meant to record this on the day that I am, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear this. If you ever want, you can go back to any other episodes, tune in to whatever you feel comfortable listening to, whatever you feel drawn to is meant to find you, and you are so divinely guided to the right things at the right time. So maybe play around, click on an old episode that you already listened to and skip ahead. Just know that wherever you land when you skip to the middle of the episode, I bet your angels wanted you to hear that message. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Tricia Heals. I'm your psychic bestie. I hope that you actually feel like you have a psychic bestie because I'm your number one fan. I am your cheerleader here on Earth. And I feel like all of your angels stand right behind me. We're all together cheering you on. And honestly, okay, they're bringing me to the Super Bowl coming up. This is a perfect little story that just flashed in my eyes, my third eye. So, the Super Bowl coming up, I could not even tell you who is in the playoffs or anything about the Super Bowl except for the commercials, and it's honestly one of my favorite family holidays. We call it a holiday. I love just the energy. Long story short, they're showing me the Super Bowl, and when I said I'm your cheerleader, they're showing me on the sidelines of the Super Bowl. I couldn't tell you what's going on or what the rules are or how much time would be left. I have no idea the rules of football. But that's like me as your psychic bestie. I don't see everything that's going on in your life, or I don't know all of the rules you have to follow, or like all the little details that are very important. But when I said I was your psychic bestie, they were showing that I am still on the sidelines for you, and just like the Super Bowl is one of my favorite holidays. The Super Bowl and Thanksgiving and Christmas, definitely my favorite holidays. But I don't even know anything about it. So that is another example they're showing me with you, a parallel, that I don't see everything you're going through, but I'm still your number one fan, and I'm so happy that you're here to support me because I feel like I just want to support all of you. I hope you're having the best day whenever you're listening to this. Definitely leave a comment below or comment on one of my recent videos. Let me know which episode that you're listening to. And I'm so excited to connect with you. All of my links are below. If you click my link tree, it should all come up. But I also have my Calendly. You can find me on Instagram at tricia.heals. My TikTok is tricia.heals1, and that's where I go live. So definitely follow me there and put the notifications on. And then I'm on Facebook. I started posting videos, and I'm getting a lot of comments and views and new followers. So thank you for joining me on Facebook and also YouTube. Lots of places to find me. I hope that we can connect on every single platform. If you're looking for a psychic mediumship session, I'm definitely your girl, your bestie. Your angels want you to hear their messages. They are sending it to you anyway. You don't need a psychic medium to help you connect. So keep talking to your angels, keep asking for signs. If you are interested, I read the book Signs by Laura Lynn Jackson, and that's a perfect book to show you how cool it is to communicate with your angels. Okay, this is definitely a part one of how to communicate with your angels, but look forward into the future. I will post another follow up episode about this. Okay, I love you all so much. You're the best. Thank you for finding me and tuning into this episode. My name is Tricia Heals. I'm your psychic bestie, and you're listening to your psychic bestie hotline. Love you. Bye, besties. Mwah.